Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to some OP replays. Yes, OP replays in these tanks. Yes, these are tanks that you hardly ever see OP replays in. First up, we have the SU-100 M1. Now, I'm not sure if I have ever shown an OP replay in this tank, but I see the damage and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna add it because I do have a couple of other tanks that we rarely see on the channel, especially doing big damage. So Black Goldville, I like this map. Again, all depends on what your team do. It is a pretty solid, it's a pretty good map, and you can hold the ground. It depending on your positioning, you can perform really, really well. Now, at the moment, his team, he's got up by the caves, which is a good position, but he needs to wait for his team, and his team are coming and they are all pushing. Now, the best thing about the SU-100 M1, I did a review on it quite some time ago now, and I always saw this tank as a bad tank until I reviewed it quite well, the last review I did of the tank, and I was pleasantly surprised in actually how good this tank can perform. It's got great speed, it's got great DPM, good penetration. I mean, everything about the tank is actually pretty good, except for the gun depression. But it's not surprising with the gun depression because it's the same with the whole line, really. So they have pushed the caves now, and they have cleared that guy. So they are one tank. The red team is one tank down. Now, he's already lost a little bit of hit points, only 300, but the hit points on the SU is not that much. It's not that much, 1,000 hit points. And if you look at the KV3, it's like 1,600 hit points. Now, this poor Blaze here, he literally just bounced all of his shots onto that KV3, and our guy is just like, Blaze, get out the way and let me do the freaking work, because clearly you can't. So the Blaze is, at least the Blaze is hiding whilst he's on a reload, but as soon as he's reloaded, maybe he can then help out with this side of the map, because at the minute they are now losing. So the Panther is down to a one shot. Here comes the Blaze to clear him. He missed two shots. He bounced two shots. In the end, our guy here was just like, dude, hold my beer, get out the way, and let me finish up. Let me do what you can't do. So at the moment, he is on 3,100 damage. He's already done a decent amount of damage, but the enemy are capping the base, so they need to be careful and pay attention to them cap points. It is a 4 versus 3, and these 3 people here are all rushing this ARL. So what our guy here is going to do, he's going to turn and get one shot into that ARL, bring him down to a one shot, and then use the mobility of the tank to head towards the cap, which is the right thing to do. Yes, he is leaving him alive, and he's actually stayed alive a lot longer than I actually thought he would stay alive, and he does clear the caps. So great decision there to ignore the cap. Ignore the ARL to go for the SU-100Y. Brings him down to a one shot, and then he's again going to use the mobility of the tank to go on to the next target and leave his team to clear up, basically. And now he's just going for this M6. Yes, he's going to get shot, but the DPM on this thing is absolutely fantastic. He's on 4.5k damage, 4.6k damage. He's going to get one shot there, and now he does get a bounce. So he's bounced almost 800 damage, which is almost his whole hit points, really. If you'd have bounced one more, I mean, 1,000 hit points is not a lot. So to finish on 5,000 damage in this tank is actually a really good outcome. Not too often you see 5k damage on that tank. So next up, we're going to watch another tank we rarely see on the channel, and it is the 121B. Now, again, this game is pretty lucky, but he still performs really, really well. His decision making in this actually wins them the battle. So it is on Normandy. Now, Normandy, I find an interesting map. It's a very good map, and I think it's still one of the best maps out there, because it's one of the only maps that you never know what's going to happen, and you never know where the teams are going to go. Are they going to go left, sort of middle left, or they're going to go middle, or are they going to go right? No one ever goes down to the beach, ever, literally, like, unless you're running away and trying to flank around, you never ever go on the beach. So I would like it. I can't remember who said it. Maybe his Royal Fatness, I think, said it. Maybe they should rework the beach somehow, so because it's never ever played, and it would actually be good if it is played around the map, and the beach never ever gets used. So that poor standard B gets absolutely wrecked. So at the minute, this part of the position on the map is used usually for tanks with gun depression and a strong turret. Now, the 121B hasn't got the greatest of gun depressions. He has got the turret, he's got a strong turret, but I like his repositioning here. He knows he can't do anything there, so he's not just going to wait for the opportunity to get the shots out. He's going to relocate, and he's going to relocate to the right side because he now knows his team are around here, and the only tank they have spotted around here is that 60 TP, which means he is isolated. As long as they hide from the Jaegeru, this 60 TP has found himself all on his own here. So he gets the shot, he's going to get around him, don't want to get shot from the 60 TP, it's got a nasty gun, and he's going to use the DPM of this tank. Now, the 121B, I've always liked the 121B, but ever since Wargaming buffed the 121, there was really not too many reasons to play the 121B if you own the 121. But Wargaming did buff this as well. It's had a few buffs in the past, so it's not all bad, but it is a tank that you rarely see anymore. And it's a tank that you never ever see in these OP replays. So only 1.3k damage done at the minute. And when I was watching this bit here, I was like, wow, he's playing aggressive. He's playing aggressive. And luckily, the Jaegeru is not looking, so he can comfortably get behind the Jaegeru as long as he's hiding from the waffle. And you can see there, he's always looking for the waffle. And now looking around the map, he now knows that the waffle is isolated as well. So it's a 4 versus 4. He doesn't want to rush this waffle. Now, I was thinking, don't do that. I thought he was going to go and jump on the waffle here. But nope, he changed his mind. He wants to save his hit points. And luckily for him, his team are coming with him. So that is absolutely fantastic for him because it means he doesn't lose any hit points. However, the IS-7 is now dead. So it's a 3 versus 3. All 3 of his tanks are in this side of the map. So they all push together. They are all working well together, which is great, but there is still a lot of hit points left to deal with. Now, the Leopard 1 is probably the main the Leopard PTA, sorry, is probably the main target because he has the DPM, he has the speed, and he could be a little nuisance. So the other 2 guys are tough tanks to deal with. And they've got a lot of HP, so you want to clear what you can possibly clear easier first, and that is the Leopard PTA. He's the one with the lesser hit points, he's the one with the lesser armor, and he's literally the easiest person to deal with. So now he knows that the Kranvagn is there, so you just see that there. He was heading towards one direction, and as soon as he spotted the Kranvagn, he's headed towards another direction, and as he's pushing, he has spotted the IS-7 all on his own and isolated again. So I love the fact that they are isolating these tanks, and there's really not too much this IS-7 can do at the minute. With the mobility of the 121B, he's just circling him, and really the IS-7 could back up against that wall there, but I don't think it would make too much of a difference. I think it could make a difference even if he could get one shot out, but yeah, the 121B and the AMX 5120 there working well together did not let that happen. But now it is a 2 versus 2. 2.5 minutes, or almost just less than 3 minutes left on the clock, but there is still a lot of hit points. Now he's pumped his damage up to almost 5,000, and here comes the Leopard PTA. So yes, he's going to take a shot from the Leopard PTA. He's going to go in for the ram. It only does sort of 40 odd damage, but that was important because that brung him down to just a 1 shot. But now with 75 cap points, he has to do something. He has to rush this guy because the Kranvagn is one of the strongest tanks in the game, and especially if he's hold down, there's not much the 121 will be able to do. So he has to expose himself, he has to take that shot there. He does get a shot and reset the cap, but now he is sitting in the bush. He did not need to take that shot, and he doesn't need to take that shot. So that is 1,377 hit points that he's just taken that he didn't really need to take. Now that could prove to be vital in this game. Now he is a 1 shot. All the Kranvagn has to do is reload 1 shell, but I love the fact these 2 guys have taken the Kranvagn from either side. So one is one side, one is the other. So the Kranvagn is going to focus on the AMX 5120, which allows the 121B to try and farm some damage, but he is rushing his shots at the minute. He's probably panicking at this point. He knows he's on a lot of damage, but he needs to just calm down and be patient. But unfortunately, that guy is gone. He brings this guy down to just almost 500 hit points, and I thought at this point he's lucky. He is lucky to get away with that. He brings him down to a one-shot, and he gets a lucky bounce, and he is going to take him out. So very well played. There was a few mistakes in there that could have cost him the game, but overall I think it was a fantastic battle. Well positioning, relocating into the right positions, and ultimately that won him the game. Just over 8,300 damage. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye. With